Hey everybody, welcome to RCTV's studio. We'll see you at halftime along with Anthony Bamford. I'm your other host there, Bill Culp, and calling tonight's game. We got a Pac-10 matchup here, RCTV. Another great coverage tonight there, Anthony, between the Springford Rams and the Perkiomen Vikings.
Yeah, this is always a big game on the schedule that everyone marks down to come see. PV and Springford, of course, huge rivals, and I think huge is an understatement for how big this rivalry really is. And for Springford, they're going to turn to the starters for some early production.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. I mean, it is, and we can't let that go. It is a rivalry tonight. You can sense when you even go out into the parking lot as you see those PV shirts, that orange coming in and this and that, and they get a nice section out there. Good, they travel well. Their fan base really does travel well. We've seen that in the football. We know they do that in basketball and every sport. One thing we got to give PV credit, they do support their teams.
Yes, they are very spirited for their sports.
That's a nice way of putting it. Are they spirited at the swim meets?
Oh, they are a lot. They turn out. It's always a fun time when we go and swim against them. Both always competitive teams going at it.
All right, so they're going to be going at it tonight, but with Perkiomen Valley coming in, Anthony, they got a tough task tonight against Springford with Perkiomen Valley only 4-6 overall, 1-4 in the conference. So not a regular start for Perkiomen Valley. So they're coming up against Springford, who does have a winning record at 7-5, 4-2 overall.
Right, and Springford, of course, just came off that huge road win against fifth-ranked Penridge, and Springford is going to look to keep that positive energy rolling, and especially against a team like Perk Valley, this could be a very easily winnable game for Springford, and they're going to look to capitalize on this.
Yeah, and you talk about that when just real quickly. It is in a sense an easy win. It looks like it on paper. I was saying to you just a couple minutes ago, with Springford handily beating Owen-J. Roberts, and Owen-J. Roberts not really having a problem with Perkiomen Valley. You don't want to say, hey, well, one team compares to the other, but it shouldn't be that much of a tough matchup for Springford. They are at home tonight.
Right. And so you can always look at it on paper, but the effort does need to be there for Springford, because if they do, kind of let this slip up, this could be a closer game than it should be.
Yeah, and you talk about, like we said, they're coming off a big win away against Penridge, who was state champions last year, 5th in the district, which allowed Springford in that top 12. So you don't want them coming in tonight feeling really, really good about themselves.
Right.
Yeah, so, hey, we're going to meet you, we'll see you at the end of the game or maybe even halftime, but we're going to turn it down live to Nick and John for RCTV coverage. We'll see you a little bit later. Nick and Bill are out.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I was physically at school, but my mind wasn't at school. I had problems at home. That's when I met Narnese. She started helping me a little bit, like, Nia, I don't know what you're doing, but your future is more important. She's my strength. It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. It changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hello and welcome to RCTV. I'm Nick Elsner here with John Zwizlak. Tonight we have some packed basketball, the old rivalry between Springford and PV. John, what do you got for us on the PV Vikings?
For the PV starting lineups, we have number 10, Kyle Park, for number 11, Ethan Kohler, number 15, Michael Dougherty, number 23, Tyler Lapatina, and number 33, Aiden Ganzes. And for PV, there's one guy that Springford has to watch on PV, and his name is Kyle Park. PV continues to feed him. He was a big, crucial piece in their 1-point loss to Boyertown. Almost came up and beat Boyertown, who was one of the top teams in the district. Even though PV has had a slow start to the season, they've really started to pick it up these past couple games and are 4-1 in their last 5. So Springford just has to, even though you look at the record and it's not as intimidating, you have to be careful because they are very hot and they're starting to catch some fire.
Yeah, absolutely. And for your Springford Rams, you have number 2, Trey Medeiros, number 4, Patrick Kovaleski, number 5, Michael Fitzgerald, number 10, Zach Scrocky, and number 31, Jake Cressley. The Rams are 7-5 here, number 12, I believe, in the district. You know, they've had an up and down season, but overall it's been a pretty positive year for the Rams.
Yeah, it really has. And the Rams are also pretty hot recently. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and they're 3rd place in the pack, only behind Methacton and Boyertown. And last time I was on, we called the Methacton game. That was a very good game.
Oh, yeah.
Now the Rams just hope to have a good game tonight, you know, just continue their streak that they're going on and just stay hot.
Absolutely. It's very important here to stifle, as you said, stifle the Perk Valley momentum for the last 5 is pretty big there. So as we're gearing up for tip-off, it's going to be really tonight about Trey Medeiros. You know, he's gone cold a little bit in recent weeks, and he's looking to really catch fire again tonight.
Yeah, he really is. Like you said, the past couple games, he's really started to slow it down. But this is a game here where you'd like to see him ignite that fire again and be that player that we know that he can be.
Absolutely. So for tip-off, we'll have Kyle Parks versus Trey Medeiros, and this is shaping up to be a good one. Springford student section really showing out, whereas PV not so much, and Trey Medeiros will tip that one into the Springford bench. It'll be Perkiomen Valley ball to kick things off here at Ram Nation Gymnasium.
You saw Zach Scrocky try to get that ball before it went out, but he just wasn't fast enough to get that one.
Here we go. Things will open up here. Michael Doherty flips it over to Ethan Kohler. Now into the hands of Lapatina. Perkiomen Valley really just moving the ball around the arc, trying to get something going here, get in the middle early. And as a reminder, there's no shot clock in high school basketball, so they're going to hold it for as long as they need.
Yeah, that's a big factor. You know, if you're on offense, you really want to hold it and wait for that shot. You don't want to force it.
Parks getting double teamed there as Medeiros and Fitzgerald step in. And now the Lapatina driving, gets it to go, and that'll open things up tonight as Perkiomen Valley leads 2-0.
Kovaleski played good defense there, was just a little late. He got his hand on the ball, but he wasn't able to get enough.
Fitzgerald finding Cressley down low. A little bit of ticky-tacky passing from the Rams. Kovaleski drives, up and over. Medeiros with the rebound and the putback.
That's a good way to start off for Medeiros and the Springford Rams to answer back after the 2 points.
Absolutely. Seeing the ball go through the net is just really something there. Ball's on the floor. Picked up, and now Gans has it, who flips it over. Doherty tries to lay that one off the glass. Not soft enough. Kovaleski decides not to pull up for 3, and the Rams will reset. Zach Scrocky flips it out to Kovaleski, who finds Cressley down low. Gets it to go off the glass. What a touch.
That's a good look there from Kovaleski there. A nice pass coming off the roll after setting a pick, and then just lays it in with a nice touch, like you said.
Cressley now finding himself later on in the season, getting some minutes. It's pretty good for a sophomore.
That is. He's very big. He's able to get down low and get those rebounds, which is very crucial in high school basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Big.
Yeah, with no shot clock, keeping possessions alive is huge. Lapatina takes the baseline, tries to find Gans, has it turned over, and now Medeiros will have it in the corner for the Rams. Kovaleski guarded by Parks. He'll reset it. Scrocky from the stripe, gets the jumper to go.
It's a nice shot from Scrocky, able to just pull up just right from mid-range. That's another crucial part of his game, that mid-range and long-range shot.
Rams lead 6-2 here early, 5:28 left in the first quarter. PV got things going to start the game, and now Parks will pull up for 2, knocks it down. Parks is Perkiomen Valley's center point. Yeah, he's a very good player.
Yeah, if you're Springford, you just want to focus on Parks right now. Just eliminate him and let someone else beat you.
Cressley, near side, flips it back to Kovaleski. Rams with quick ball movement. There he is. The sophomore goes up and lays it in for 2.
once again, you just see the size of Cressley able to help him and get those easy 2 points.
Yeah, and Springford here with a full court press. Parks has the ball, flips it to Doherty, who pulls up from 3. Can't get it to go, and Skrocky will get the offense, or the defensive rebound, excuse me. Kovaleski up and in for 2. Points in transition is going to be a very crucial thing for the Rams tonight. It'll help them go up big.
Yeah, that's transition is a very crucial part for tonight for the Rams, and also just for the season. You know, they want to get those points off of quick transitions.
Lapatina gets the and 1. Chance for a 3-point play. Rams lead 10-6. Michael Fitzgerald with the called for a reach in there. So Lapatina will shoot one at the line. He puts it down. 10-7, the Rams lead here with 4:14 left in the opening quarter. Kovaleski takes the baseline. Hesitation. Can't get it to go. Kohler with the rebound, and now Gans has it. Doherty will bring it up across half court for the Vikings. Perk Valley taking their time. They try and flip that one down low to Kohler. And now Parks for 3. Can't get it to go. Medeiros with the defensive rebound. Fitzgerald for 3. In and out. Rams need to get some perimeter shooting going.
Yeah, that's another thing that has been cold for recently for the Rams. That 3-point shooting, they haven't been as good recently.
Medeiros has gone silent after those first 2 points of the game for the Rams. Now Kovaleski battles Doherty out there. PV keeps it. Gans blocked by Medeiros. He got up there. And now he'll bring the ball down the court for the Rams. Decides not to take the 3, but Fitzgerald will, and he knocks it down.
That's a good look by Medeiros there. You thought he wanted to take a shot, but then he drawed the defender and then passed it right to Michael Fitzgerald, who was able to hit that 3, which is that's a very good look.
Oh yeah, that's a good sign for the Rams right there. Parks flips it to Lapatina. Wide open 3, knocks it down.
Good answer there by PV, able to just knock down that big 3 for them.
Skrocky brings the ball up the court for the Rams as he crosses half court. Kovaleski has the ball, turns, puts it a little too far. Cressley was down there. The Rams lose it. Lapatina, double teamed, puts the dribble down, goes inside. Can't get it to go, it's in and out. Now Skrocky with the defensive rebound for the Rams. Fitzgerald in recent games has been hot for the Rams, shooting, I believe, 50%.
He's really catching fire lately for the Rams. That's a really good thing to see. You know, it can't all be Trey Medeiros. You have to have other people step up, and Fitzgerald's really started to step up these past couple games, which is really nice to see.
Yeah. Lapatina instantly double teamed, and that's one thing the Rams have been doing well tonight, the press, as they force a turnover.
That's another thing that the Rams have also been doing well these past couple games, is they've been doubling the ball and pressuring the ball and making the player hesitate or travel, like you just saw, causing a turnover, which is a big part of their game.
As we come down to the final minute and 20 seconds in the opening quarter, the Rams lead 15-10 here in Ram Nation Gymnasium. Rams controlling the game here. And there's been a lot of good things here to take away in the first quarter.
There really has. You know, there's not been too many things that the Rams have done wrong. They've held the ball, they've taken some good shots, made some good looks, and also played some great defense.
Kovaleski finds Cressley. Tiptoes the baseline, and now Skrocky has it. He's fouled. Or excuse me, they call it travel. He forgot to put the ball down.
Skrocky just saw the lane and got a little bit too excited there.
Oh, man.
Just forgot, like you said, just forgot to put the ball down.
It happens. So now Doherty will bring the ball up the court for the Vikings. Crosses half court, guarded by Skrocky, spins, Lapatina lays it up and in for 2. Great play there by the Vikings.
That really was a great play. The ball was moving, and everyone was moving off ball, which is very hard to defend if there's so much movement at one time. That's a great play.
Yeah, it just causes confusion on the defensive end for the Rams, and they get lost. Kovaleski holds this one. They want one last possession. 22 seconds left, 15-12 the Rams lead here. And here we go. This will close out the first quarter.
Yeah, you just want to hold for the last possession here in the first quarter. Don't want to give PV another chance to score.
This kind of reminds me of the Trey Medeiros, Jeffrey Woodward thing in Methacton. Scrocky puts the dribble down this time, gets blocked, and Parks gets the rebound. That'll end the first quarter here. 15-12 the Rams lead after a rather slow start to this one, but we'll be back with more action in the second quarter after the break.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Welcome back to Ram Nation Gymnasium. Nick Elsner here with John Zwizlak. The first quarter, rather slow one. John, what were some takeaways you think for the Rams there?
Some takeaways for the Rams, you know, it's a little bit closer than you would have liked after the first quarter. It was a really slow. PV is running some good plays right now, and you want to just be able to focus on defense and just stay on your man. But some good takeaways are you're hitting those open mans, and you're also taking some good shots. So not really having bad shot selection right now.
Scrocky will open things up here for the Rams as Kovaleski now has it, who gives it to Shalingo. And the Rams are just kind of running around the arc, handing the ball off. So Shalingo checks in the game now. Cressley flips it off to Kovaleski. Jumper is good. Yeah, he got an open look there. Why not take it?
Good move by him to fake the pass, make the defender draw back, and then just hit that easy jump shot.
I think he was about to put the ball down and drive, and he saw he was open and just kind of surprised himself. So now Doherty tries to find the lane. Nothing's open, and now Kohler with the ball in the far corner. And that's the thing when you play Perkiomen Valley. They're a possession-based team. The game goes really slow. It's low scoring. Since there's no shot clock, they can control the pace of the game. Kickball called.
Yeah, that's right. If you're PV, you're not really high-powered on offense, so you want to be able to control the game and hold the ball. And that's what they've been doing today, and they've been doing it in past games as well. As if you look back on the scoreboard, their games are not many. They don't have many games where the points are over 50 points or 40 points. So like in the 30s, you know, keep it low scoring.
Lapatina for 3. Can't get it to go. Shalingo gets the defensive rebound, and he'll bring the ball up the court. Finding Scrocky. Driving. Rolls right off the rim and into the hands of Gons, who now gives it to Kohler. Picks up his dribble. Now Park decides not to pull up from 3, and he'll reset things. So tries to go over Cressley. Can't get that one to go. Medeiros gets his hands in there, and he's causing some chaos. That's what you want to see from him.
Even though he didn't get the rebound, he forced the ball out, which is a good thing you want from him.
Parks gets his hands in there, pokes the ball free from Kovaleski, and now Lapatina drives, banks it off the glass for 2.
That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to turn the ball over and give PV 2-on-1s in transition. You want to bring the ball up and just look for the open man.
Rams are getting a little frustrated. They want to play at their own pace, but PV's really slowing things down. You can see it. They want to just move, and they can't go in this one. They gotta. It's like a chess match. Shalingo for 3. Rainbow shot, doesn't get it to fall. So Parks will bring the ball up the floor for the Rams. Lapatina wide open. Shalingo left his man there. And now Cressley will get the rebound. Skrocky cuts to the middle. Can't get it to go. Kovaleski's there. And the Rams' possession will stay alive. Medeiros wants a post up on Parks. He finds Cressley. And now Kovaleski has the ball back at his hands. Some really good ball movement by the Rams as Shalingo has that one poked away by Lapatina. Kohler can't get it to go. And the ball is never out. It'll stay in PV's possession.
I mean, if you started to notice, it really seems like the refs are starting to let a couple things go. There's been a couple fouls that PV's had on Springford, and even once right over there, I thought Trey Medeiros was going to get a foul after he went up. But it seems like they're really letting things go, which is something to look out for later on in the game.
Yeah, that's maybe a good thing, maybe a bad thing. We don't know yet, but with the old rivalry, it's going to get a little handsy.
Yeah.
Kohler flips it to Doherty. And he'll hold the ball at the top of the arc. Now gives it off to Gons. Lapatina now. And Parks. Gons has the ball down low. He's trying to make a move on Cressley. Fans wanting a travel. Doesn't matter. Doherty turns it over, and now Santiago gets it. Kovaleski goes baseline. And he'll be fouled.
The shot was there, but the look for Santiago is right there. He's wide open. He was fouled down low. Couldn't get it out to Santiago.
17-14, the Rams lead here at Ram Nation Gymnasium with 4:20 left to go in the half. Very, very slow game here as PV is just really trying to control time of possession, keep the scoring low. It's frustrating the Rams, quite honestly.
They want to move at that high pace, like you said, but PV's just not letting them at all.
Skrocky able to put a move on and put a jumper up for 2. Stretch the lead to 5 here with 4 minutes left to go in the half. Timeout called. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more action here in the second quarter.
Hi, I'm Peter, and there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in, help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit savethefood.com.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
(19-14), the Rams lead here in Ram Nation Gymnasium with 3:57 left to go before the half. John, what are you seeing so far?
I mean, like we've said before, it's PV. I think their game plan coming into this game was really just hold the ball and do not make this a fast-paced game, because that is Springford's strong suit, and that is where PV struggles. They want to hold of the ball and wait for that one perfect shot. They're not trying to force anything, and you could see the frustration in Springford. In transition, in the first quarter, they weren't really taking some bad shots, but in the second quarter, they really started to rush it in transition, take some rush layups, and they're not going in.
Yeah, they were settling for shots, and honestly, it's making me frustrated too.
Yeah, I'm getting frustrated up here. Nothing's happening.
I know. Kohler puts a good move on. He's blocked by Santiago, gets his own rebound, and it goes off the rim. The unfriendly rims here at Springford. And the Rams catch a break. So Skrocky will start things off. Kovaleski now with the ball, takes the baseline. Goes up and can't get it to go. Medeiros will go straight up. Now Skrocky puts it down, goes inside, flips it to Kovaleski. Great dish there as Kovaleski lays it up and in for 2.
Those are some great hands by Skrocky there after the drive, draws the defender, and just gives it in a nice, easy pass, and Kovaleski, no one around him within 5 feet, and just puts in that easy layup.
So here PV goes. Aiden Quinn in the game for the Vikings. Now Doherty trapped. Finds Parks down low, and he'll lay it up and in for 2.
I think that may be the quickest possession PV's had all game.
Easily. Easily. Medeiros on the far side, guarded by Parks. He flips it off to Kovaleski, who pulls up for 3. Can't get it to go. And Parks will get defensive rebound and bring the ball up the court for the Vikings. Yeah, that's been the story of this game, really, as Santiago gets a hand in there. And now he's able to get it to Kovaleski. They say it's a deflection, so it's not a backcourt violation. PV's coach bewildered. And now Fitzgerald knocks one down from 3.
He's really starting to heat it up these past couple games. That's especially his three-point shot, which is a crucial part to his game, which is really nice to see that his shots are falling.
Just when the Rams need it,
yeah,
he's there. It's a great thing. Doherty now with the ball. Flips it over to Kohler on the far side, instantly double-teamed. Turnover. And now the Rams press is really working.
You can see that the PV players are really starting to they're getting caught off guard because they come across half court, and the next thing they know, they have 2 guys his hands in their face, and they just make that bad move, or they travel, or they push off.
The score does not represent the way Springford is playing this game, and frankly, they're not playing that well, but the talent is very unbalanced here. Springford just has a little bit better talent, but PV with the time of possession here, making things close. It's an 8-point game, 24-16 with 1:23 left in the opening half. Springford giving PV a little bit of their own medicine as Kovaleski lays it up and in for 2.
Just a nice floater there by Kovaleski, takes a nice drive and just floats it over the defender's head.
And another thing, shout out to Coach Talley there. Great adjustments out of the timeout and after the first quarter. You know, he sees his team's frustrated. He sees what they're doing isn't working as Medeiros gets up and blocks it, but he's called for a foul. Springford faithful not happy about that one. Lapatina will head to the line, and he'll shoot 2. But Coach Talley really doing an awesome job there, making adjustments.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, you could see towards the end of the first quarter, they were really starting to get frustrated. And Talley saw that, made the adjustments, and is starting to push the pace a little bit more on offense and moving the ball around, especially moving off ball. That's a big adjustment that he made, and they're starting to get those easy buckets.
Lapatina knocks them both down. Braden Basil and Dawson DeBebe check in for the Vikings. We're under a minute here till the half. Scrocky brings it up, flips it to Kovaleski, and now Fitzgerald for 3. Gets it to go! Bang! Oh my goodness, he's automatic.
He is on fire right now. Everything's going in, and it's great to see.
Basil brings it up the court for the Vikings. 29-18, the Rams lead here. A sense of urgency as that one's poked away by Scrocky. He gets it. Jump shot off the rim, can't get it to go. And now Parks cherry picking. Gets denied by the rim. Springford laughing in his face. Gaines able to get that one to go for 2. Oh man, he's never gonna hear that one.
That was funny.
Oh, never gonna live that one down.
No,
as we approach 10 seconds left, Springford's gonna get one last possession. Santiago for 3. Bang! Oh my goodness, what a way to end the first half. Slow start. Springford comes on late, ending up with a 12-point lead, 32-20 here at Ram Nation Gymnasium. What a first half, and we'll be back after the break up in the studio as they break down the first half analysis with Culp and Bamford. We'll see you with more action in the third quarter.
Hey everybody, welcome back to RCTV Studio along with Anthony Bamford. I'm Bill Culp, and what a half, way to end the half there, Anthony.
Yeah, it was a big way to end the half. You know, Springford, Fitzgerald had 2 threes, and then Nate Santiago added one just before the buzzer. And, that was an area the Rams struggled with early on in that game was from 3. They were I think 1 for 4 in the first quarter, and then they ended there going 3 for 3.
Yeah, as the game ended there, at halftime, 32-20. Let's talk about that. Let's go back to the first quarter. I got my notes here, Anthony. First, for PV, really tried to slow down their offense and really tried to frustrate Springford when they came out.
Saw that early on, Springford jumped off to an early lead. You know, they really had that tempo flying, and PV did, you know, they always kind of play like that, where they slow down the tempo. They pass a lot. They look for open shots. They try to get good looks. And they did get some good looks, and you know, for Springford, a team that's, you know, comprised of mostly guards, they like to play fast, and when they slow down, it does get a little frustrating. But they did a good job, you know, matching the tempo of PV and getting good looks.
Yeah, as you mentioned there, you know, coming in, and Nick Elsner did a great job saying that there is no shot clock in high school, so they really tried to slow it down. Pretty much, Lapatina, 10 of their 12 points in the first quarter, and again, he scored, I think, 2 in the second quarter there. So he's basically leading the way for PV. So again, I'm sure Springford's going to come out in the second half, and really, we saw the press in that first quarter. As soon as they got to the three-point line there, Anthony, Coach Talley had them picking them up right away.
Picking them up, and you know, the big thing with when you have shooters like Lapatina is just to get a hand in the face. You know, you're not concerned about blocking it. You just want to get a hand in the face, contest the shot, and more often than not, you'll get misses versus makes.
Yeah, and as you said, you know, going back to that Springford, what I saw from the first quarter and even continuing in the second quarter there, Anthony, they got good shots, especially towards the end of the second quarter, even in the beginning of the first quarter. A lot of inside you know, game. They were getting every shot they really wanted to, but they seemed to be going more inside and trying to pound the ball inside. And it was effective there.
Yeah, and we saw it early with Cressley, you know, scoring 4 quick points, and Trey Medeiros getting an offensive rebound and scoring. They were really focusing, you know, the shots in, you know, packing PV's defense in, and then towards the end of the second quarter, they were able to get open looks for 3, which is always good for a Springford team.
Yeah, and every starter in that first quarter, I noted, every starter scored. So that, you know, that tells you Coach Talley, he's got to like that, because they're moving the ball, they're distributing. You know, you don't know who's going to score.
And they're playing an incredibly well-balanced game offensive. I mean, everyone's scoring. Scrocky's, you know, Scrocky's got 6, Pat's got 6, you know, Cressley has 4, you know. So everyone, Fitz has 9, everybody's scoring and getting shots, and, you know, that's what you like to see, you know, Springford playing good team basketball.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, it's funny, I was talking to Coach Talley this afternoon, at work, and, you know, one of the things he did say, and I saw with Scrocky tonight, he said, keep your eye on him. He's deceptively quick. He said, you know, I don't think you're giving him that credit, because I kind of said to him, you don't have that guard, maybe a little bit of penetrating, and tonight Scrocky is proved me wrong. He's really penetrating, getting to the paint, and drawing that defense, either laying it in or dishing it off to one of the big men.
Yeah, and Scrocky, I mean, he's not the quickest, but he does have a very quick first step, and especially if a defender's not ready for it, he can put that quick step in, and he is shifty down there. He's able to get good looks even when you don't think he can pull out an open look.
Yeah, and I'm sure Coach Talley happy we were keeping note there. Springford with 3 turnovers, PV 3 turnovers, so not a lot of turnovers there. But in that second quarter, PV came out. Springford had 2 turnovers right away, but the good thing for Springford, they couldn't capitalize. They didn't score on them.
Yeah, certainly Springford has been backing those turnovers with good defense. Trey has a pair of blocks. Nate Santiago has a steal and a block, and you know, they're running constant double teams at PV, and they're playing a solid defensive game, and that makes up for the turnovers.
Yeah, you see Trey and Santiago, just that quick leap right off the floor, that initial leap, and you know, just not allowing PV anything inside there. So, you know, it was real nice to see. You saw PV get like we mentioned in the Nick and John mentioned down there about they got a couple quick shots, which is unorthodox for them, but Springford wasn't allowing them to get in their sets. Do you expect that in the second half?
I mean, you expect to see a lot of that. You know, the double team was certainly effective at throwing PV off, you know, their motion offense, and Springford's definitely going to continue that until PV, you know, finds a way to effectively break that down, which they haven't. The only notable time they broke it down was when one of their players had a backdoor cut for the score, but that was the only time the defense really faltered, and I think Springford's just going to keep doing more of the same in the second half.
All right, and think about in the second half, maybe we look forward to, like I said, we saw that three-pointer with Fitzgerald and Santiago kind of hitting that. the good thing about that, that's going to open up the inside, which was already effective. So PV's got to make that decision. Again, most likely probably going to try to stop the 3 and give him that inside game, but really probably nothing they can do against that inside game.
As long as Fitzgerald and Nate Santiago can continue to knock down the threes, it's going to keep PV's defense guessing.
Yeah,
for sure.
Totally. And Kovaleski hit an outside shot there, nice little pull up in the second quarter there too, where he had team leading or tied. They both had 6. Him and Fitzgerald had 6 points in the second quarter. So, what do you expect from Springford in this second half? What are you looking for?
I expect from Springford to try to get back to that quick tempo. We saw at the end of the second quarter, they kind of were able to break the slowness of the game that PV had set and pick up that tempo. They had back-to-back-to-back threes, which is always really nice. And I expect for them to try to, pick up the tempo of the game, force PV to get bad shots, because that was really working at the end of the second quarter. So they'll probably try to keep doing that. And, defense is always a key. You can always improve your defense. So, firm up on defense and push the tempo.
Yeah, and you talked about that with a 12-point lead going into the second half. They're kind of forcing PV to kind of get out of their game, that slow-down game, because PV's got to play catch-up here. They got to make those shots. They're forcing them to come out in that third quarter there, Anthony, and make those shots. So Springford's they're going to have their game, I think, initially in that second half, where PV's going to have to shoot a little quicker than they want to. So the ball's in their court, maybe here to put the hammer down.
Yes, and I believe Springford will have possession of the ball to start the second half because PV won the tip.
Well, we're going to see that possession in just a little bit. We're going to hand it back down for live action on RCTV. We'll see you at postgame, Anthony and Bill. We'll see you a little bit later.
Welcome back to Ram Nation Gymnasium on RCTV. Here we have Springford boys basketball taking on the Perkiomen Valley Vikings. The Rams lead 32-20 here. John, what a way to end the first half.
Yeah, I mean, it was really slow, and it was a really close game, surprisingly, up until maybe the last minute of the first half, where Springfield went on that 9-0 run with 3 straight threes on the 3 possessions, which was really good to see. You saw Michael Fitzgerald hitting 2 threes, and then Nate Santiago hitting that buzzer beater 3, which is great to see. But one thing that if you're Springfield, you really want to see, you want to see Trey Medeiros. You want to see him get more involved in offense. He's been great on defense, getting blocks and steals, but he only has 2 points. He only has those first 2 points he had in the first 2 minutes of the game, which you'd really like to see him get more involved on offense and start scoring a little bit more.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, Michael Fitzgerald there coming up huge in the clutch. As Lapatino misses and Parks gets fouled, but Michael Fitzgerald leads all Springford scorers with 9 points, and leader of the game there, Tyler Lapatina, he's got 14 on the night, so he leads all scorers here at Ram Nation Gymnasium. But like you said, really like to see Trey Medeiros get more involved offensively. Defensively, he was there, but see him run up that stat line a little bit more.
Yeah, that would be a great thing to see.
Scrocky will bring the ball up the court for the Rams. He's running point as he crosses half court. Medeiros sets a little pick there, and Cressley passes that one into the hands of Park. Doherty will bring up the floor for the Vikings. So he tries to put a move on Fitzgerald, who was ready for it. And now Parks ISO with Medeiros. Hands it off to Kohler. The Vikings moving things pretty quickly here as we open up the third quarter. Now Kohler off the pick for 3, can't get it to go. Fitzgerald will end up with it for the Rams. Kovaleski brings it across half court.
Yeah, as you said, PV, it seems like they've started to up their tempo a little bit, which is really odd to see considering that the game was really close when they kept the slow tempo and waited for their shot. We'll see what happens later on in this second half.
Scrocky spinning, flipping it off to Kovaleski, who goes and gets fouled as he drives in the lane. He'll head to the line for 2. Kovaleski also one of the top Springford point scorers there with 8 points on the night. Springford, cool thing about them is they distribute the ball really nicely around all 5 guys on the floor, and they all get in the stat book. Whereas PV, you got 2 guys, Kyle Parks and Tyler Lapatino.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Springford is so high-powered on offense that there's always someone you can trust with the ball. There's not with PV that you don't have just Parks and Lapatino that just need the ball. Now it's with Springford, you have Fitzgerald, Medeiros, Kovaleski, Scrocky, even Santiago off the bench.
Yeah, one of them or two of them is not firing on all cylinders. You just give it to someone else and hope they're on.
Exactly.
It just makes it easier to win the game.
It makes it 10 times easier.
Yeah, right? So Kovaleski misses the pair. And Parks pulls up, can't get it to go. Cressley with the rebound. Kovaleski will bring it up the floor for the Rams. He's guarded by Kohler. Oh, broke his own ankles. And doesn't matter. Fitzgerald hits for 3. He has been automatic.
I mean, there's no other way to describe it. I mean,
he's hit on
everything's going in.
He's hit on 3 of his last 3.
Now he's playing good defense there.
I know, he's all over the place. Refs say it was last touched by Fitzgerald, and the Springford student section had the best view there. And they're arguing with the refs. And it'll be a football pass to Parks as he acts like a receiver and lays it up and in for 2. He just let the ball fall right in the basket there.
Yeah, I thought it was football for a second.
Oh my goodness. Wrong season, PV. So Medeiros with the ball in his hands. Gives it off to Kovaleski. He wants to be posted up on Parks. As he turns, that one nowhere near the basket.
He's just off right now. He's just gotta calm down and just play his game. The shots will fall.
Yeah. Doherty with the ball, drives, flips it over to Gons. In and out, can't get it to go. Medeiros with the rebound. While Medeiros isn't filling the scoring sheet, he's for sure filling the defensive side of the stat book.
That's a real good look there by Medeiros. I mean, for a guy that's struggling, you'd think he'd probably go up there with the shot, but he made that good look and helped him have that easy basket.
Unselfish play, and that'll make 6 on the night for Cressley, the sophomore, as he picks up another rebound. So Medeiros will run point. He flips it off to Kovaleski, who drives the lane and lays it up and in. Can't get it to go for 2, but Medeiros is there for the putback.
Good job there by Medeiros to stay with it and just get that rebound and put it right back.
So Medeiros finally getting a couple more points added on there. He's at 4 on the night. I'm going to go with, he's probably got 5 steals and 5 assists. I mean, he's really been, while he's not scoring, he's been distributing the ball nicely and playing very good defense.
Yeah, if you looked at just the scoring, you wouldn't think that he's been as crucial of a part of this game as he really is. He's been a big part, and it's really nice to see. You could tell that he's a little frustrated.
Yeah.
But he just has to stay calm and just, like I said, play his game. Those shots are going to fall. He just has to keep playing great defense like he is and getting those rebounds and distributing the ball.
And as you said, rightfully so, he should be frustrated. You know, he's not seeing the ball go through the net like he's used to. It's just something he's got to work out. Stay with it, grind it out. Rams lead 39-24 with 4:27 left to go in the third here. Ethan Kohler will inbound for the Vikings. The Rams have the possession arrow if there was a jump ball. And that's something to keep an eye on later on in the game here as we approach the end of the third quarter. 4:18 left to go. Gons flips it to Parks. Foul. An extra whistle there, as the referee had some words with Perkiomen Valley's head coach. We won't know what that was about, but PV has the ball on the baseline. Kohler will inbound. He finds Doherty, who pulls up from 3, can't get it to go. Kovaleski picks up a defensive board. But Santiago, wide open 3, splash. Oh my goodness. Talk about on target.
The way he shoots is just, you can tell it's going in. It's a perfect arc, and it's just so beautiful to watch.
Yeah, if you're talking about a form shooter right there, Nate Santiago's your guy. Gons decides not to pull up from 3 land. Lapatino, though, has tonight. So he drives baseline and gives that one to Parks, who decides he'll shoot for 3. And Santiago's there to scoop it up. Defensive board. Fitzgerald Goes up and over, can't get it to fall. And now Parks will run down the court for the Vikings. Lapatina for 3. No good. So now Scrocky has the ball. He'll bring it up slowly for the Rams. 42-24 with 3:12 left to go in the third. Fitzgerald to Kovaleski. Kovaleski puts his dribble down, and he waits for Kohler to come out and get him. Kressley's there. And they're gonna call a travel on the Rams as he drove to the baseline.
Just was about half a second too late to put the ball down on the floor. Took that step a little too quick. But you know, it was there. It's not that bad. It's not a bad turnover.
No. And the Rams have had limited turnovers tonight, which is a very good thing.
That is also a very good thing to see, being limited on turnovers.
Parks with the ball for the Vikings. Jumper, no good, and Kressley will pick up the board for the Rams. Fitzgerald will set his feet for a wide open 3, but he gets blocked by Lapatina.
He just came flying down the court.
What a hustle play from Tyler Lapatina. So it'll be Rams ball under the basket. Santiago will inbound. As he finds Scrocky. He flips it to Santiago as he drives and gets stuffed. Good defense there by the Vikings. And now Kohler will bring the ball up the floor. Quinn picks up his dribble. Maselli down to the corner for Quinn, who makes the 3, but it'll be Springford ball. The basket won't count. Nasir Cook checking into the game for the Rams. Scrocky will bring the ball up the floor.
Yeah, Michael Fitzgerald taking his seat there for Nasir, and it's well-deserved rest after going hot, and he's really carrying this team through this game right now.
Nasir Cook gets his first touches on the ball as he wants a little bit of pick and roll there. Kressley up top won't take a 3. He'll flip it off to Shalingo as he tries to get that one back to Cook. Mishandles it, and PV chance for a 3-point play. Maselli there was fouled as he went to lay it off the glass. And he'll head to the line for one more. Excuse me, he won't head to the line. It was not a shooting foul. They got to him before the ball left his hands. Kohler with the ball for the Vikings. Flips it to Maselli, and he'll be fouled by Shalingo. Springford's 4th team foul. PV only has 1. And that one PV foul sent Kovaleski to the line where he missed a pair. 42-24, the Rams lead here with 1:30 left to go in the third. Springford in control of the game. However, playing lazy defense in the last couple of minutes.
If you're Springford, you're just trying to hold the ball, you know, don't try and rush anything. You're up by 16 now, a really comfortable lead, but you don't want to get too comfortable. You don't want to let PV be able to get back into this game.
Kressley off the 3rd chance rebound, puts it up and in for 2. 44-26, the Rams lead here by 18 now, and we're under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Maselli gives it to Lapatina. To BB, finds Kohler on the inside. He'll be fouled and he'll head to the line for 2.
Springford's starting to get a little handsy on the drives. You want to just lay off. You don't want to give them those easy foul shots they can make because you don't want to let them get back into this game. You want to just stay calm on defense. Just keep them in front of you. Don't reach or anything. Just stay put and keep your hands up.
Springford with 5 team fouls now. Kohler knocks the first one down. Braden Bassel checks in for the Vikings. Kohler airballs that one. Springford faithful happy about that. They're going to let him know about it.
You could hear it the second that it didn't hit the rim, the Springford faithful was just right on him.
Oh, man. Gotta love the student sections. Kyle Parks also back in the game for the Vikings as Strachey crosses half court and now gives it to Santiago. Shalingo winds up with the ball. Out by the logo. Springford wants one final possession out of this one as the clock winds down. 15 seconds to go in the third. We're under 10 seconds. Strachey drives, puts it up and in for two. Parks with 1 second left, and he can't get it to go. That'll do it for the third quarter. 46-27, the Rams lead here. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter action after the break.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Fourth quarter action starts right here on RCTV. I'm Nick Elsner here with John Zwislak. The Rams really in control of things here, 46-27 as they lead the Vikings at Ram Nation Gymnasium. John, what were some takeaways after the third quarter?
After this third quarter, you could really see PV starting to push the pace a little bit more as the deficit got bigger and bigger, and they couldn't really hold the ball like they wanted to, obviously going into this game to keep it close. And due to that, and since their offense isn't as high-powered and since it's two-dimensional, they haven't been scoring as much, and that's helped the Rams get this 19-point lead that they have right now.
Kovaleski drives, wide open. Oh, he goes for the dunk, can't throw it down. Oh, how disrespectful that would have been.
Oh man, that would have been like the Madeira dunk against the Acton game.
Did you see that one coming? I gotta be honest, I didn't see that one coming.
I didn't see that one coming either. I thought it was just gonna put it up.
Santiago, corner three, and it's good. Oh my goodness, that man is firing on all cylinders.
I have to ask a serious question. Does that man hit the rim? I don't think he hits the rim on his shot.
I don't think so.
It just goes in.
I think his arc is
right
perfect
every time.
He's got it down to a science. Parks, Euro stepping his way. 3-point play as he gets smacked in the face on his way to the basket. Ryan McShale checking for Maselli. It'll be his first action here at Ram Nation Gymnasium. 20-point lead for the Rams. As Parks looks to chip away slowly. Make that a 19-point lead. Shalingo will bring it up for the Rams, running the point. Flips it to Kovaleski on the near side. Guarded by Parks. Springford now giving PV some of their own medicine. They're holding the ball for as long as they can. And Kovaleski has that one poked away by Parks. Bassel, to Quinn, now to BB. Quinn with the ball, gives it to McShay, and he throws into traffic, but a foul called on the play. Nasir Cook called for the foul. Springford now at 17 fouls. So Park will head to the line for a 1-on-1. And we take a
later in this the second half. As you can see, the Springford defenders are really starting to get a little handsy. They're fouling a lot more than they were in the first half, which is a tribute to PV going a little bit faster on defense, on offense. I mean, and it seems that caught the Springford players off guard a little bit early in the second half.
Parks missing the second one. Springford leading 49-31 here. And they're getting a little clumsy here with the ball, as they've had multiple possessions now where the ball's been poked out. Cressley gets that one swatted from behind by the BB. Springford will retain possession. Kowaleski will inbound. Santiago finds Kowaleski, puts it down. Short range jumper, no good. And Shalingo comes out of the mix with the ball. He'll do the same thing. Can't get it to go. And now Martinez with the rebound for the Vikings. What a move. And he lays it. Short range jumper's good.
That's a good pivot move by Martinez.
It was a now you see me, now you don't. Look like a little bit of a Wentz-esque kind of thing where he's dodging defensive ends.
It happened so fast, too. It's like he was going one way and you blinked and he was already making the basket the other way.
Seriously. Kowaleski crosses half court for the Rams. Now gives it off to Shalingo, who finds Cook down low. It'll go off Cook's foot. No, they say it'll go off of Basel's finger. So Santiago will inbound for the Rams. Good thing that referee didn't have my angle.
Yeah. I thought for sure that was out on Springford.
Yeah, well, you win some, you lose some, and that's a win for Springford. Kowaleski finds Cressley down low. He gets it up and lays it in. That's his 9th and 10th points there. Cressley really making an impact here, the sophomore. Oh. Santiago getting up and blocking the BB.
Nate Santiago really getting up there with that long wingspan, just able to get up high and just block that ball.
I love basketball season. You just get to see some high school athletes do some crazy stuff.
It's really fun.
These guys are super athletic. 51-33, the Rams lead here as Quinn takes a three-pointer. Can't get it to go. Now Shalingo crossing half court with the ball. Pulls up for three. In and out. Cressley gets the rebound. Don't worry, he's there. And now Santiago decides he's not going to pull up. Dean Wright at the top of the key. Finds Sincere Cook, who gives it back to Shalingo. And now the Rams really just running down the clock. 4:21 left to go in this one as they lead 51-33 here at Ram Nation Gymnasium. Nasir Cook gets that one hit out of his hands as he's driving to the rim, and PV will go on a fast break. Quinn for three, no good. PV keeps it alive to BB for three, no good. Now Nasir Cook, and it'll be jump ball. Possession arrow, Springford.
Yeah, if you're Springford, you got the 18-point lead now. You really just want to hold on to the ball and just get out of here with an easy win. As you can see, Springford is starting to sub out the starters, put some other people in. Give the bench players some time to get in.
Foul there committed by Jake Santangelo as he checks into the game for the Rams. 3:45 left to go, still 51-35 here. So John, if you're the Rams tonight, frustrating first and second quarter. They pick it up right at the end of the second quarter, go on a 9-0 run for a 12-point lead. What kind of adjustments did Talley have to make to now stretch this lead?
I feel like the press defense, pressing the ball at half court was a really big thing that changed, because they since PV was going so slow, he saw that and they decided to go the full court press or even just half court double the ball once they crossed half court, which is a really big game changer. And the one thing that I really think changed the game, like you said, was that 9-0 run with that 3 straight possessions with threes. It was a 3-point game for almost the entire first half until they went on to that 9-0 run. And ever since then, Springford just hasn't looked back.
Beadle pulls up from 3. Push on Nasir Cook. And I believe Miceli will head to the line for a 1-on-1. Tyler Irby comes off the bench as he's being put in the game by Coach Talley. The Springford student section loves that. Here he comes for Santiago. Nate Santiago finishes the night with 9 points. It's a pretty productive night. I believe they were all threes.
Yeah, they were all threes. They were beautiful threes.
Oh my goodness, they were. Anthony Martinez is at the line instead of Miceli, so he makes the first, he'll get a second. 51-37 here. The Rams lead with 3:20 to go. Making the pair. And now Santangelo will bring the ball up the court for the Rams. He runs right into McShay, who wants an offensive charge. I don't know. Quinn lays that one up and in for 2 on the fast break. With Santangelo down there, that was crazy.
That was crazy. There were 3 PVID kids trying to get the ball from Santangelo. It was crazy.
Tensions are high as Santangelo just went into the body of McShay, and
you could feel the tensions that really started to rise. You could see the PV coach really starting to get frustrated. I mean, it's an 11-point game with about 2 minutes left. I mean, that's going to happen, especially with a rivalry like this. You know, this second half, you haven't really been in the game. No shots are falling for you. That's really what's going to happen, especially on a play like that. You know, you want the call, you don't get it.
Yeah.
So you're going to get angry, and tensions are really going to start to rise.
Yeah. 11-point lead for the Rams as they lead 51-40. We have, oh man, so Coach Talley is going to put some starters back in to try and ice the game. It's, you know, I feel like he was trying to get these guys some minutes and they just didn't produce, and sometimes that happens. So he's got to go ice the game for his team as we still have almost 3 minutes of basketball to play.
Yeah, I think it got a little too close there for Coach Talley's liking, especially it got a little bit too the tension rose a little bit too much. You don't want to get the people on the bench hurt. You want to just put the starters in and just ice this game.
On the court for the Rams, you have Irby, Kovaleski, Fitzgerald, Cook, and Scrocky. So you have 3 starters. And Kovaleski is now fouled. 51-42, a 9-point lead for the Rams. So Springford in foul trouble here. 9 team fouls with 2:35 left to go, and that could really hurt them down the stretch.
That is a good point. That is something that you really need to watch for, especially in a close game like this. PV knows that they're high on fouls, so they're just going to drive and try and get that and one.
Kovaleski, good heads-up play there, as he now finds Scrocky. And Fitzgerald decides not to go for 3. Kovaleski's just going to hold this one.
Smart play there by Fitzgerald to just take it back out and give it to Kovaleski.
The Rams really just need to time management as Kovaleski takes a spill. Now Scrocky will get fouled. All of a sudden, it really picked up here.
It really did. I mean, it went from I blinked. I was a 16-point game. I blinked, and now it's a 9-point game. PV's back in it.
Crazy. Springford let him back in.
Yeah, just some sloppy play down this stretch in these last 2 minutes.
Yeah, with about 3.5 minutes left.
Like turnovers, and you're just taking some bad shots. I mean, it's just not what you saw almost this entire game from Springford.
Miceli, foul called against him. So 5th team foul for the Vikings. And now they're starting to get higher up. Scrocky will just dribble this one out. And this is why you need a shot clock. Scrocky goes down hard on a knee. Martinez, a little reckless there.
Yeah, just he was trying to go for the ball, and he just went a little bit too hard. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to hurt anyone.
Nah, you don't want to hurt anyone, especially in a rivalry or even in a rivalry like this. Like, it's just not worth it. It's a high school varsity sport. Oh, Fitzgerald gets up. Block party here at Ram Nation Gymnasium. We've had a couple tonight, and they call.
Man. After that block, Fitzgerald just got a little bit too excited and doubles dribbled there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, that was a crazy block. He just got up there and came from behind
God,
and just
he flew.
swatted him. Oh my!
Wow. Fitzgerald 12 points on the night. Cook knocks that one away. Doesn't matter. PV maintains possession. Maselli puts it up for 2. Doesn't get it to go. Martinez. Jumper's good. 51-44. Timeout called, and we'll be right back after the break.
Hi, I'm Peter. And there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in. Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit savethefood.com.
What a fourth quarter we have had. 51-44. At one point, like you said, 16-point game. Now it's a 7-point game.
I mean, you have to question maybe Tally subbed the starters out a little bit too early. I mean, I know that you want to get the bench players in. I mean, you felt comfortable. I even felt comfortable up here in the booth. And maybe it was a little bit too early with 3 minutes left in the game. But now, if you're Tally and Springford, you just got to calm down and you just got to break this press. Just got to get the ball up, hold the ball, and just wait for your shot.
Kovaleski gets fouled there. 7th team foul. So he'll go for a one-on-one. Kovaleski missed the last parry shot. It's crucial that he gets at least one here.
Yeah.
Springford hasn't scored a point in a couple minutes. He gets it to go. That's big.
That is a big free throw there. Now just make this next one, make it a 3-possession game, and then you can start to calm down a little bit more.
8-point lead for the Rams, 52-44. In and out. Beatty. Now to BB for 3. No good. Irby gets up for the board. And he'll give it to Cressley as he's fouled. PV trying to stay alive here as they're just grabbing at anything.
Yeah. I mean, now at this point, they're just gonna keep fouling and hoping that Springfield misses at the line. But if you're Irby right now, you just gotta take your time at the line and just bend the knees and just make this free throw right here.
Irby misses. Now to BB, gets the board. Beatty brings it up for the Vikings. Michelli, air ball. Springford happy about that one as Michelli can't get the second effort to go. It'll be PV ball, last touch by Fitzgerald. We're under a minute to go, 8-point lead for the Rams.
This is gonna be a fun last minute here.
Oh my goodness, this whole fourth quarter has been fun. Beatty, no good. Cressley can't come down with it. PV gets a second chance, and now Martinez, deep 3, knocks it down. Oh my goodness. Fitzgerald fouled by Martinez. So he'll head to the line, and he'll shoot 2. Automatic 2 shots here. They're out of the single bonus and into the double bonus.
This is the lowest the lead has been for Springford since 2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Wants a 20-point lead. Now a 5-point lead. Excuse me, it was only 1 shot. They're still in the bonus. And that'll be a double dribble by Martinez. Comes up big, hits a three-pointer, makes it a 5-point lead, then commits a foul and a turnover. Back-to-back possessions.
That's going to be a crucial turnover there. He had a chance to make it a one-possession game and just double dribble.
Fitzgerald now gets to Strachey. Ooh, was fouled hard. And he'll head to the line.
Got a little worried there that it was going to get a little fuss.
Yeah. Strachey just said, "Get off me, man." Yeah. It's just.
Tried to help him up, and it didn't seem like Strachey wanted it.
He didn't take too kindly to that. He did not want him anywhere near. And Strachey makes the first one, 53-47, 6-point game.
This next free throw here is a big one.
28.8 seconds left. Basil and Quinn check in for the Vikings. Michelli, DeBibi, and Beatty also on the court. Springford has Irby, Kovaleski, Strachey, Fitzgerald, and Cressley out on the court. Knocks down the second one. 7-point lead for the Rams with 28 seconds to go. Beatty drives baseline. And that's good defense by Irby. Nothing you can do there. PV calls timeout. They have 2 left. So, John, in this scenario, what do you do?
If you're Tally, you just want to try and get the ball up past half court. You got to break the press. That's one thing that they've really struggled with this year. That's the one thing that they struggled with really this year, and they just got to be able to break the press.
At this replay, you see Fitzgerald just flies, smacks it right out of Michelli's hands, and then he gets called for a double dribble.
He just came flying out of nowhere down the court. That was a great block. As you said, he just kind of forgot how to dribble. He got a little excited, but that's expected. He was happy about the block, but I mean that was a really great block.
He flew on that play.
He really did. That was a really great block. That was really fun to see.
Oh yeah. 54-49. We've got about 20 seconds left in the game. PV obviously calls timeout, stops the clock. They're drawing up a play here. And Springford, you gotta think Tally is telling his guys don't foul.
Exactly. Fouling, you cannot foul, especially because you're in this foul trouble now. That is the one thing you cannot do. I mean, you just got to inbound this pass, either break the press or make your free throws because they're going to foul you. So you just got to make your free throws. Take your time at the line.
Dean Wright into the game for the Rams. Strachey gets fouled immediately, and he'll head to the line with 20 seconds to go.
This is the guy you want with the ball at the free throw line. Really clutch. You could just tell he really takes his time, and he has that perfect arc on the free throw line.
2 shots at the line for Strachey.
Strachey at the stripe for his first. Makes it. (55-49). 6-point lead for the Rams.
Big free throw.
Missing the second. Cressley pokes it, keeps it alive for the Rams. DeBibi gets a hand in there, and now Quinn, deep 3, no good. Springford ball, huge call.
That was a really close one there. It seemed like he tried to throw it off the foot, but he just missed the foot and wasn't able to get it.
Fitzgerald immediately fouled, 8.3 seconds to go.
That was a big miss by Strachey there at the free throw line. Fortunately, PV missed the three-pointer to cut it to a one possession, but that's a very uncharacteristic miss of him.
Oh yeah, I mean he's clinical. Like you said, he's a guy you want at the stripe in clutch moments. So now you have Fitzgerald at the line. Swish on the first. And Strachey will head down. This, in case he misses, you want guys to rebound, keep the possession alive, and hopefully end the game. Fitzgerald gets the second one to go.
talk about coming up big. Fitzgerald's been great in this game. He's been a crucial part to this win and really pushed them across that line and get to the finish line.
He's got a cool 14 on the night. You know, he's kind of like a behind-the-scenes guy.
Just a reminder, Grand Nation, Rams back at
We're going to take a look at our post-game show up in the studio as Bamford and Culp prepare. Bamford knows he's on TV right now as his head just perked up, but you'll hear post-game analysis from them up in the studio.
Man, aren't they just great? They
Oh,
have great
they're
analysis.
They are
I can't wait to watch.
We'd like to take a quick moment to thank our crew here, our director, Sarah Camilleri, our camera people, Isabel Kroll, Dana Reed, Nick Masterzo. We got Matt Dunn on graphics. I believe Andrew Rothermel's around somewhere. Who knows what he's doing. And up in the studio, like we said, you've got Bill Culp and Anthony Bamford. And I just received word from our director, Sarah Camilleri, that Andrew Rothermel's on replay.
He's doing a great job on replay.
He is doing a great job on replay. We appreciate you, Roth. 8.3 seconds left in this one. 57-49, the Rams lead by 8. No foul by the Rams as Kovaleski pokes that one away.
Good hands
right
there,
into
good
the
read.
PV bench.
Yeah.
Yes, good hands, good hands. 5 seconds to go. Quinn gets the inbound. Deep three. No good, and that'll do it here at Ram Nation Gymnasium. 57-49, the final score. We're going to have a post-game analysis with Anthony Bamford and Bill Culp up in the studio. For John Zwizlak and the rest of our crew, I'm Nick Elsner. Have a good night.
See the Rams back in action.
Hey everybody, welcome back to RCTV Studio. Along with Anthony Bamford, I'm your host, Bill Culp. And Anthony, a little too close for comfort there. Springford pulling out the victory, 57-49. A win is a win, but not the way they wanted to end it.
Yeah, PV started pressing in the beginning of the fourth quarter, late third quarter, and that really threw the Rams off. You know, they couldn't handle it. They had 8 turnovers in the second half compared to the 4 they had in the first half. And when you're turning the ball over at a high clip, that's never good for a team, no matter how big your lead is. And that certainly allowed PV to get back into the game.
Yeah, definitely. In the second, and we talk about that third quarter, you know, they came out, Springford a little slow, didn't score right away. But they ended up in the fourth quarter. They did outscore Perkiomen Valley, the Vikings, 14-7. So they did double out their input, and they built a nice lead in the third quarter.
They did, and late down the stretch, they turned to Zach Scrocky and Michael Fitzgerald, who came up big from the free throw line. You know, Zach Scrocky was 3 for 4. Michael Fitzgerald hit his pair. And, you know, whenever you have point guards who can hit free throws down the stretch, that's always big, and that certainly helped ice the game for Springford.
Yeah, and that's their, you know, their vice is, one of the things they don't do well is hit free throws. So that was big towards the end there. But getting into that, it was just so vital that fourth quarter there, Anthony. They were outscored 22-9. So I know, Coach Talley probably is just like Joel Embiid's finger right now. He's pretty bent. He's probably losing it a little bit in the locker room right now.
Yeah, the defensive effort certainly wasn't as defined as it was in the first half, especially with PV only making 2 threes. They were, I believe, 2 for 8 from 3, and they scored a lot of points down low and in the paint. And whenever you have that happening, you got to call into question defensive effort. And the Rams certainly lacked some defensive effort there in the second half, and that was another factor that allowed PV to get back into the game.
Yeah, and I know, those watching and those that were here maybe thought Coach Talley put his bench in. He went small with those younger kids, and it allowed PV to come back. But again, they did come away with the victory tonight. So Springford handing Perkiomen Valley another loss in the Pac-10 with a 57-49 lead. And Anthony, where they're going to be back, though, against Norristown this Thursday.
Yeah, it'll be a good game against Norristown. They came down to the wire against Norristown last time they played, so that will be a great game to watch.
Yes, it will. So hopefully RCTV's got that covered. So we wish you a good night, and we wish the Rams congratulations on their 57-49 win. This is Anthony Bamford, and I'm Bill Culp. Have a great night, everyone, from RCTV to everyone at home.